Meetings are undeniably where the real magic, or perhaps the utter chaos, actually takes place, as ideas fly around and crucial deals get penciled in. But let's be honest, half of the brilliant stuff discussed disappears the very second someone inevitably shuts their laptop at the end of the session. Research indicates that the average person's attention span during a long meeting is surprisingly short, often clocking in between 10 and 18 fleeting minutes. I don't know about you, but I certainly don't have the luxury of keeping all my essential check-ins to those brief 10-minute stand-up formats every single time. So the fundamental question we need to answer is, how can you possibly ensure that all those golden nuggets of insight don't simply vanish into thin air after the call ends? That is precisely the reason why sophisticated tools engineered to systematically capture conversations have become an absolute necessity in today's workflow. These powerful applications reliably transcribe every spoken word, tag key moments, and even generate concise summaries so you can focus purely on the discussion at hand instead of frantically scribbling notes. Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and I'm part of the team over at automationhelpers.com, where we specialize in setting up teams with the right apps and integrations to automate tasks. Our entire mission is helping people reclaim their time so they can actually spend it doing the meaningful work that truly drives their projects forward. Now look, every single modern forward-thinking team absolutely should have some form of meeting capture utility integrated into their process, but not all of these solutions are created equally. Today, I'm going to walk you through a comprehensive comparison of several of the most popular options currently available, highlighting what they genuinely do well and where they inevitably fall short. But we're also going to explore a slightly different, very powerful angle, how you can expertly transform those long, dense meetings and webinars into short, highly shareable clips that actively work to grow your audience. And I'll give you a little spoiler right now. That's precisely the area where a tool called Vizard truly shines above the rest. So, let's kick things off by taking a very close look at Fireflies, a tool that our own team actually uses internally quite frequently for our daily needs. This platform reliably transcribes your entire meeting content, pulls out key summaries automatically, and even performs some basic AI analysis to help you flag critical action items and main takeaways. It is remarkably accurate in its transcription. And what's even better is that its free plan is surprisingly generous, which is perfect if you are just beginning to explore these options. The experience of searching through voluminous transcripts, filtering by a specific speaker, and running precise keyword searches feels incredibly slick, especially when you need to extract one single quote from a very long 1-hour call. However, where Fireflies starts to encounter friction is the moment you try to move beyond simple note-taking and into the realm of content creation. While it excels at perfectly capturing the raw conversation, if your actual end goal is to create content, like short punchy clips for LinkedIn, Instagram, or even TikTok, you are still stuck doing all the manual, time-consuming work of cutting the video down yourself into snackable pieces. Furthermore, to unlock features like truly unlimited storage, advanced AI search capabilities, or deep integrations with the other business apps you use, you will inevitably need to upgrade to a paid subscription, and that cost scales quickly for team-wide implementation. Next up, Otter is arguably the name that most people in the industry immediately recognize, boasting millions of dedicated users and offering fantastic real-time transcription functionality. It also facilitates excellent collaborative editing directly within the transcript itself, meaning teammates can add highlights and relevant comments right there while the meeting is still actively in progress. Otter is definitely solid for any team that prioritizes having live, accurate captions and a shared, centralized workspace dedicated purely to note-taking. The significant downside, though, is that the free plan is quite restrictive, capping you at 300 total minutes per month and a strict limit of just 30 minutes per individual conversation. This means that if your team regularly conducts standard hour-long calls or longer interviews, you are going to hit those frustrating caps much faster than you think. Their paid tiers rightly offer more generous minute allowances, but again, Otter's core strength remains firmly planted in the transcript and collaborative note-taking features, not in converting long-form content into those short, viral clips or scheduling them. Fathom presents itself as a really interesting alternative, especially catering perfectly to individual users or very small, lean teams who need maximum flexibility. It is one of the rare tools in this space that generously offers completely free and unlimited recordings for individuals, which is an absolute game changer if you find yourself on numerous calls every day. Fathom also provides fantastic live timestamps and allows you to actively highlight specific moments during the meeting so you can jump back to the exact second something crucial was spoken. That functionality for note-taking and for later quickly pulling out highly accurate quotes is genuinely fantastic for improving documentation speed. But here is the important caveat you need to understand. The free plan only grants you a very small handful of those powerful AI summaries each month, meaning most of the heavy lifting still falls directly onto your shoulders. And similar to Fireflies and Otter, Fathom is fundamentally not architected or built to automatically detect those potentially viral segments and turn them into ready-to-post, polished short videos for you. Moving on, Aoma, sometimes spelled Aoma or something similar in the market, is a tool that is explicitly built with sales teams and their specific needs as the primary focus. It goes far beyond simple transcription by providing deep conversation insights, detailed pitch analysis, and even coaching moments designed to help a sales representative actively improve their technique. If your main overarching goal is strictly to enhance your sales conversations and tighten up your follow-up game considerably, then Aoma's specialized conversation intelligence is incredibly useful. Unfortunately, it definitely is not a cheap tool to implement, and critically, there is no such thing as a perpetually free plan to test the waters before committing significant budget. It is fundamentally a specialist tool, incredibly great for sales operations professionals, but significantly less useful for content creators who simply want to repurpose webinars into engaging TikToks. TLDV, which stands for Too Long, Didn't View, manages to do a lot of things exceptionally well, especially for teams that operate entirely remotely across different time zones. It integrates seamlessly with major platforms like Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet, providing essential timestamping, multi-language transcription capabilities, and quick, easy clipping functionality. Their free tier is surprisingly robust, offering unlimited meetings and viewers, alongside a solid monthly allowance of those powerful AI summaries you can generate. If your primary day-to-day need is simply making meeting notes much easier to share across your team, TLDV is an absolutely fantastic choice to consider right now. But just like the other note takers we've discussed, it ultimately stops quite short of being an end-to-end content creation machine that handles everything for you. You are still required to manually sift through those recordings and then perform all the necessary editing yourself if you ever want to produce truly polished, social-ready video clips. So here is the real practical nugget of wisdom I want to leave you with. All of these previously mentioned tools are fundamentally fantastic at accurately capturing and intelligently organizing your meeting data. They genuinely save you from missing crucial action items and make the entire follow-up process significantly smoother and less error-prone. But if you happen to be a creator, a marketer, or a founder who actively wants to transform meetings, webinars, and long-form interviews into high-impact short content that gains traction on social media, these note takers only solve about half of your total problem. This is the precise moment where Vizard steps in and becomes the absolutely essential missing link between having a 1-hour recorded call and having 5 bite-sized engaging clips scheduled across all your social platforms this week. Think of Vizard as the automated bridge that instantly scans your long-form video, intelligently finds the most engaging, high-retention moments most likely to resonate, and creates edit-ready clips for you. This completely eliminates the tedious chore of hunting through an entire hour of raw footage just to find that one perfect golden 20-second soundbite you wanted to share with the world. But the automated process doesn't stop at just intelligently cutting the video down. 2 powerful features that I see teams absolutely love are the auto-schedule function and the integrated content calendar. You simply set your desired posting frequency, connect your various social media accounts within the system, and Vizard meticulously queues those clips out for you according to the schedule you established. The visual content calendar then gives you a bird's-eye view of everything currently scheduled, allowing you to easily shift publish times or manage all your clips from one centralized, intuitive location. So, Vizard's purpose isn't just about creating the initial clips. It's about transforming the entire content production process into something repeatable, scalable, and remarkably low-touch for your team. Let's briefly compare that to the note takers above. Fireflies, Otter, Fathom, and TLDV will all get you the accurate transcript and the timestamps, which is great. A few of them might even provide you with highlights and a decent summary, but none of them will proactively say, here are the top 5 clips from your webinar. They are already trimmed, fully captioned, and scheduled to post next Tuesday at 11 a.m. That specific, practical edge is what Vizard delivers directly to creators and teams who are seriously trying to scale their content output without having to hire an entirely new army of editors. We must also consider the real-world implications of pricing and usage limits, as many transcription tools tend to heavily lock you into monthly usage minutes or rigid per-conversation caps. Otter's notorious short conversation cap, for instance, quickly becomes a genuine administrative headache the moment you start hosting longer podcast episodes or deep-dive interviews. Aoma, while excellent for its niche, is certainly expensive if your team's focus isn't purely on sales performance metrics and conversion rates. Fathom's offering of free unlimited recordings is fantastic for individuals, but the inherent lack of automatic clip generation significantly limits how much actual time it truly saves you on content tasks. And while TLDV's multi-language transcription is a huge advantage for globally diverse teams, you still have to undertake that dreaded manual editing process to transform raw footage into truly social-ready assets. Vizard is purposefully designed to occupy that beneficial middle ground. You should absolutely continue using Fireflies or Otter for your specific note-taking needs where they excel, but then plug Vizard into your content pipeline to fully automate the crucial repurposing step. You record a webinar, you simply upload that file, or ideally, connect the source directly, and then you allow Vizard to do the hard work of surfacing those truly magnetic moments that will actually perform well on social platforms. Following that, it automatically handles the editing, adds engaging captions, and can even queue those freshly minted clips to post automatically according to the specific calendar you have set up. The result is significantly less manual video editing time required, fewer missed opportunities to engage, and a much more consistent, reliable distribution of your valuable content across the web. Let me give you a concrete real-world example. We recently ran an extensive series of client-facing webinars designed to deliver high-value insights to our audience. Using Fireflies, we successfully captured all the transcripts and immediately assigned action items for every single session that took place during the series. But then, using Vizard, we took those very same hour-long webinars and effortlessly turned them into dozens of distinct short clips, highlighting the very best tips, quotable sound bites, and even funny moments. We then scheduled those clips to strategically drip feed out to our various audiences over the following month, resulting in much better organic reach. The resulting marketing lift we achieved from these short-form assets was absolutely massive when directly compared to simply sharing a single link to the full, lengthy webinar recording. We saw significantly more eyeballs on our content, generated a greater number of qualified leads, and achieved all of this while spending far less time wrestling with complex video editing software like Premiere. So the million-dollar question for you right now is, which tool should you ultimately decide to pick for your own unique workflow and specific business goals? If your core requirement is strictly limited to high-quality meeting capture and reliably logging necessary action items, then Fireflies or Otter are both very sound starting points. If you are an individual who records an enormous volume of calls and absolutely needs a completely free option that lets you record without any limitations, you should seriously look into testing out Fathom. If your primary focus as a team is centered entirely on sales coaching, improving conversion rates, and tightening up the sales cycle, then Aoma is probably the solution most closely aligned with your specific organizational needs. And TLDV remains a perfect tool if your main use case involves fast, accurate timestamping and you need seamless multilingual transcription capabilities across your global remote staff. However, if your true underlying goal is to actually create engaging content out of those long recordings, producing those clips that travel incredibly well on TikTok, Reels, LinkedIn, and YouTube Shorts, then you absolutely must add Vizard into your existing software stack. The recommended best practice is to use the meeting capture tool you already love for all your notes and follow-ups, and then delegate the heavy lifting of turning long-form audiovisuals into short-form social assets entirely to Vizard. This is the fundamental difference between merely having a dusty, underutilized library of archived webinars and maintaining a steady, consistent stream of engaging, bite-sized content that actively reaches new audiences every single week. Now, I'm genuinely curious to hear from you. What specific tool are you currently relying on for your meeting capture and note-taking processes today? Have you personally tried chopping those webinar clips manually and felt the sheer frustration of feeling like you wasted entire precious hours doing tedious, repetitive editing? Please drop the names of the tools you've experimented with down in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to us at automationhelpers.com if you want hands-on help automating your content and meeting workflows. We are currently offering a completely free 30-minute consultation session designed to help your team select the absolute right stack of tools and get it fully implemented and running smoothly. If you are ready to commit to having significantly less manual hassle and achieving substantially more consistent output from the content you have already invested in creating, you absolutely should give Vizard a thorough spin. Use the meeting capture utility you already trust for notes and follow-ups, but then seamlessly let Vizard take over the heavy lifting required to reliably turn your long-form recordings into engaging short-form content. It's not some form of unattainable magic, it is simply the application of smarter, targeted automation so that you can maximize your time creating and minimize the time spent tediously editing. Cheers to smarter workflows and reclaiming your creative energy.